All right, here we go. I had a pump fake just a second ago. I was trying to get my settings together. All right, everybody, come on in. Everybody, pop on in here. We are indeed live. Everybody, come on through. Ladies and gentlemen, I was trying to get my settings together, but this thing is real funny style and janky acting. But we're here. What's going on with everybody, man? What is going on? How's everybody doing? Glad to have everybody in here. Thank you for the badges. Thank you for the gifts. People are coming in with the gifts and badges. Respect to that. What's going on with y'all, man? I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Hope your week has been great, and I hope your weekend is doing great. How was the global family doing? Everybody good? Shout out to the UK people. Shout out to Asia. Thank you. Shout out to the Middle East. Shout out to the Caribbean. And very, very special shout out to the FBA family, the Foundational Black American Family. FBA, stand up. Let's see you. Pop those hands up in here. What's up, Life? Thank you for the rose. Thank everybody for those roses and gifts. Omega Main, thank you, brother. Let me shout out to the people who's throwing the gifts up there real quick before we start cracking, getting it popping. What's up, Gravity? So everybody share the live right now. If you can share the live, that would be great. All right, if you can share that live, that'll be great. Melanin Miles, you wanted to come up? Well, come on up, Melanin Miles. Y'all raise your hand if y'all want to come up. Who wants to come up early and chop it up? Who wants to come up early? What's up, Life? Thank you for the hot pepper. What's going on, Melanin Miles?
Hey Tyreek, how are you tonight?
I'm good, Melanin. How are you, brother?
I'm all right. Just give me 1 second. Hold on, I have a question to ask. Just give me a second.
Yes, indeed. All right, y'all raise your hand if y'all want to get on. And we got Melanin Miles. I think he's putting on his earpiece right now.
Yeah, okay. So I just wanted to ask. So I see folks, come into our spaces, claiming FBA,
Yeah.
and the panel checks often are like, what comes after God is good, or family habits, like how did your grandfather give you money back then? And so I personally don't think those are good ways to identify if someone's trying to pretend to be FBA or not. Because first, we're not a monolith, and
Right.
so we don't have the same experiences, so our answers may differ. And two, many people who are not FBA watches and learns from these lives. So when they see these questions being answered by others, they take note of it and are now equipped with the knowledge to, mimic these answers for another panel if they ask those questions. So my question is to you, what do you think is the best way to identify if someone's actually FBA on the app, or does it even matter in the context of conducting a panel?
That's a great question, brother. That's a phenomenal question. Let me get into
Yeah.
that. Thank you for the call. So, Brother Melanin brought up a very good point. A lot of people, what they're doing, family, they are learning a lot about our culture. They study us anyway. So, what they're doing, they're studying a lot of the nuances of our culture so that they can have some talking points to cosplay as us better. Also, they're doing a lot of backdooring. They are telling half truths and they're stitching together fake lineages. So there's a lot of backdoor stuff going on, but there's a lot of just straight up lying going on too. So the best thing to look out for, family, to see if somebody is pretending to be a foundational Black American, look at how they deliberately word certain things. All right, that's one thing you got to look out for. Look, our lineage and this delineation movement, it's real simple. It's not complicated whatsoever. Our lineage is very, very simple. And what it means to be a foundational Black American, it just means one thing and one thing only. Basically, if you have ancestry and there's no immigrants in your ancestry, that makes you a foundational Black American. If you are on American soil, if you're on this soil and you have some lineage of people who were not immigrants, that makes you a foundational Black American. If you have non-immigrant lineage, I'm gonna say it again. If you have non-immigrant lineage, that makes you a foundational Black American. It's that simple. And when people try to make that more complicated, that right there is a red flag. For example, if somebody's like, "Yeah, I'm FBA, and I'm, I love everybody," and whoop de whoop, that's fine, that's fine. So when we are FBA, I mean, what does that mean? And I say, hey, well, it means that we're non-immigrants. Well, slavery, we came from somewhere. Slaves was like immigrants. No, they were not. Slavery was not immigration. When they start saying stuff like that, red flag. When they say stuff like that, that right there is a red flag. Ladies and gentlemen, the slave trade, that wasn't immigration at all. For a couple of reasons. Number one, this is why they don't like the Aboriginal part. They don't like us when we point out that there were Black Aboriginals here. So there were a lot of Black people already here on this land for thousands of years. That's one. Second, the Black people who were brought over from Africa, they were part of the ethnogenesis. So the mixture of them and the other indigenous people became a whole new ethnic group anyway. And they built the country together as a new ethnic group. They built the country. You did not immigrate to a functioning country. The ethnogenesis that happened on this soil built the country. That is not immigration in any sense of the word. That is nothing like immigration. Having to build something from scratch makes you the foundation. That makes you indigenous to that nation. So foundational Black Americans are indigenous to the United States because we had to build it. We were the foundation of it. And we didn't immigrate. That the whole nation was built on our backs. All right, just frame it like that. Now, so if people start making that more complicated than what it is, there's a red flag there. When they start doing a lot of plebiscite babbling, when they go out of their way to try to Africanize us, that's a red flag. That's a red flag when they really go out of their way to Africanize us, and that's a red flag. When they almost denigrate foundational Black American lineage, that's a red flag. When they start talking against reparations, that's a red flag. When you start talking about reparations and somebody jumps up, well, I'm FBA and we don't need no reparations. We need to leave these good white people alone. When they start saying stuff like that, that's a red flag. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a red flag. All right? When they start talking greasy, when they start framing our lineage as some kind of group, that's a red flag. When they start saying little passive aggressive stuff, that's a red flag. So we got to watch people. We got to watch people. All right. Let me get some more folks in here. Y'all raise your hand if you want to get up. All right. Let's raise your hand if you want to get up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about this. Let's get into it. All right. Let's get those hands raised. All right. Because we're going to get a lot of folks in here and we want to hear what's on your mind. Let's get the African 46. He's the African 46. Thank you, Ms. Real. Hello, Mr. African. Brother, is this a bad connection? What's going on? Hello? Okay, he must be in Kenya somewhere. Brother, are you here? Can you hear me? Brother, how in the world is this phone janky? Not only is this phone janky, he can't even change his smoke detector. Brother, how is your phone this janky? Okay, damn, brother. Let me get him out of here. That brother's on a musty spaceship somewhere. I ain't never heard reception that bad, man. How your reception that bad? That's damn ridiculous, brother. All right, let's try some other people in here. We'll try some more folks. We'll try some more people. We'll do that. We'll do that. Let's get on. What's your name, beloved? Sublime. Let's get Sublime Divine.
Hello,
Hey, Sublime, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm phenomenal. What is on your mind, ma'am?
I just wanted to get on here and say everything that you're saying is 100% correct, and we got to get rid of the tethers. They can no longer hold on to our lineage, and they're very easy to spot. This goes with everybody from England, all of them. Y'all are not us. You will never be us. Find your own history and stop trying to make us African, because we not.
There it is. There it is. There. Yeah, there's a lot of, people stay on this app really talking about foundational Black Americans a lot. And a lot of people feel a certain way about it. Everybody share the space. Everybody share the space. Let everybody know we're live. And everybody get those likes up on the top. Everybody hit that like button on the top, those hearts. Let's get those likes up. Let's get them to up. The other night we had 500,000 likes. So that was a great thing. So everybody get those likes up. Let's get what's your name? Your Grace. Let's get Your Grace. Miss Grace, unmute your microphone, please, if you can. All right.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you, Miss Grace?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Now, are you Caribbean? I hear a Caribbean accent.
Well, that's a very good question. Um, I'm American. Uh,
Okay.
I'm earthy,
Right.
as I would say.
Okay, so your grandparents, what were they?
Earthy.
Right.
It's a long history. My about 4 or 5 generations from me was African American slave descendants that
Okay.
were shipped back to Africa in the wonderful land of Liberia.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's where that accent is from. Okay.
This story is extremely confusing overall. And because of that, I have made it my journey in life to not identify myself to any particular country. Instead, I am a citizen of the earth. I belong everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I own this land. I'm a mother,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember when my son was in elementary school, he came to me one day at the age of 6 years old, and he said to me, "Mom, I want my hair like Bryant." And I said to him, "Who is Brian?" Brian was this white little blonde hair little boy who had his hair just comb over his face, just long hair. And I had to pull my little dark skinned child aside and said to him, "Look at your skin and look at a tree. Look at the dirt it stands on and look at the branches on the tree. What does it look like?" And he said to me, "Mom, the dirt looked like my skin color, and the bark of the tree looked like me, and the branches look like my hair." And I said to him, "That is a sign that you belong, and Brian is a visitor." From that moment, it automatically changes his perspective on everything, and it tends to teach him to love himself better. As a little girl growing up, I was raised to hate self because of the color of my skin. I was born in Liberia but grew up in California. So my whole life has
Okay.
been
Well,
in
you're,
there.
you're a proud. There you go. So you're a proud African sister, and that's a beautiful thing.
I'm a
That's your
proud black woman.
right. But you're not foundational Black American. Let's just be very clear. But you're a great African woman, and I love your African energy.
I don't
Yeah.
quite identify myself to a nation. I said that earlier, and I have my reasons for that.
Well, because you're not foundational Black American, and that's fine. That's fine.
I could be Asian. I could be anywhere. You
Uh,
know, as
not,
a
not,
as as
well, you had to
as
immigrate
a
here, dear.
black
So
as a
you have.
black woman, the African community tells me, "Why can't you sell everything you have and move back to Africa? Take all the money you have in America, take it to Africa. That's where your liver strain is buried, is where you are from."
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them this. I said, dirt is dirt. The dirt in Africa.
Okay, thank you, dear. Okay, I can't do village with respect. With respect. Okay, let's get some things clear. With respect, all right, hold on. Let me hold on. Okay. Okay, the people who are from Twitter, they already know what the deal is. Okay, so let me kind of school everybody on how we operate here. If you followed me from Twitter, y'all know how those African village stories, y'all know how I feel about them. All right. With respect, y'all know we don't do African village stories. All right. A lot of times, unfortunately, some of our brothers and sisters from the continent, they'll call up and boy, they start getting into the whole Alex Haley root story. Dude, they'll be here all night if you let them. Hey, we can't do that. With respect, y'all gotta land in planes. Y'all gotta land them planes. This is not a platform to do village stories. They do that all the time. Like, hello, Teddy. Hello. First of all, I am. I was born here. I'm an American. Oh, brother, we hear your accent. Well, the reason for that is, I was actually born in Kenya, and I was born in a manger next to a camel, and I as a infant, I had to work very hard. I was a hardworking baby. As a baby, I carried water 3 miles a day from the village, and my legs became very strong, and I could run fast. By 7 months, I was the Jesse Owens of Kenya. So they put me in the Olympics, and I had to change my birth certificate because I had no record of where I was born. And I told them I was 48 years old. So it's okay. Oh God damn. Bro. Okay, where's this shit going? It never. It's just okay. It never stops. We don't know where the stories are going. Just like the lady who called, I don't know where she just told this random story, and it didn't go anywhere. It just kind of. I had a child, and they told him his hair was like a tree. The hair was like a tree, and the branches and the leaves were like the peppercorn edges of my son's hair. Okay, oh, okay. What is that? Okay, okay, all right, all right. We just want you got to kind of wrap it up. That's all we're saying. We don't mind, we don't mind you telling your story. We want to hear from people, but we gotta give me the Reader's Digest version. We can't do a whole one woman story of roots. When I was a child, my uncle Kunta Kente took me to get bushmeat, and then we went out to the ocean and we saw a Portuguese ship. Okay, okay. All right, all right. But listen, here's the thing, and let me tell you, a lot of that those African stories. See, they'll say something and then they'll throw the African story out there as a distraction. Let me tell you something. She tried to play the FBA role. She was going to try to pretend she was foundational Black American. See, understand the con a little bit. There's a little con there. That's why the African village stories, that's kind of a smokescreen. Notice when she got in, she was like, I'm a descendant of slaves in America. You caught that? See, I caught that. And I'm like, hold on, I hear an accent. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I hear an accent. Where the hell are you from? Family, let me tell you something. I know my people. Africans, I love y'all to life, but I know my people here. Family, I know foundational Black Americans, man. My entire family is FBA and they live everywhere. And I know the accents. Family, we have family reunions. We have cousins, uncles, aunts from all over. So we know accents, family. I know a West Coast accent. I know a Southern California accent. I know an Oakland Bay Area accent. That has its own thing. I know the New York accents. I know the accents from the different boroughs. They got distinct accents. Philly has an accent because I used to date Philly girls. They had them little nasally ass accents. We know their accents. We know the slang. We know a Baltimore accent. DC kind of has an accent. I know the Louisiana accents. Some of them, those Kentucky, those river accents. You live by the river where you use those intrusive R's that Memphis Oh, dude, with the New Orleans accent, I know what that is. I know a Houston accent. Dude, I'm telling you, we know our accents, man. I know a Birmingham accent. We know an Atlanta accent. What up, shout it? What it do, shout it? Come on, man. We know accents. So when somebody start talking and none of them accents are really clicking in the memory banks, all right, where you from? Oh, where you from? Your accent, I ain't registering that accent right now. Where you from? Yeah, that Memphis, the music over there, yeah, over there, y'all live over there by the Mississippi River. I told people about them river accents. A lot of black folks who live by river areas like the Mississippi River, the Ohio River, Kentucky River, a lot of them have that intrusive R because they got it from the Irish. The Irish were out there working on the docks with them. So they picked up that intrusive R from the Irish. So you hear that over there, over her. You hear that in St. Louis. You hear that in Memphis. You hear that in Louisville, Kentucky, over there by where the rivers are. Come here. So I know these accents, dude. I know my folks. Oh yeah, I know the slang. I know the colloquialisms, like up in certain, like in Ohio and Detroit back in the day. They say, "I'm gonna go drink a pop," down in down in Birmingham, because people got different names for soda. Down in Birmingham, in certain parts of the South, a soda is called a drink. Let me go get me a drink. I'm finna go get a drink. Up north, they're like, let me go get a pop. I'm gonna go get me a cold pop. My cousins used to say that. We used to make fun of them. They used to make fun of us. So that's what we family do. We know family. Shit. We know, yeah, the Midwest is pop. Yeah. Y'all say pop in Pennsylvania too? Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't be saying this because now they're gonna start picking up. I shouldn't, I'm just sharing this with the family. I don't want the tethers picking up on it. Yeah, the West Coast like soda. Yeah. So yeah, we know, yeah, soda in New York, soda on the West Coast. So yeah, we know our accents, man. But listen, let me tell you something with that Liberian thing, because that's another backdoor that they try to use to creep in the lineage. Let's be very clear, because a lot of people try these backdoor tactics to latch on to our lineage, and she tried it. But I caught her ass early on, so she had to go ahead and tell the village story. She was going to try to sit up here in front like she was FBA. That's what she was going to do. And then I caught her ass with that damn accent. And I'm like, oh, no, ma'am. No, no, no. Listen, Liberians, you're not FBA. Liberians, they're not lineage-based descendants of U.S. slavery. Foundational Black Americans, we are direct, uninterrupted descendants of Black people who were enslaved on American soil. And our bloodline endured the plantation system, Jim Crow, convict leasing, civil rights battles, modern systemic oppression in the United States. Now, the Liberians, some of those who repatriated and all that stuff, that historical continuity was broken. Y'all left, it was a separate nation. You're not FBA. Liberians, they formed a new ethnic identity separate from foundational Black Americans on the continent of Africa. Some of the free Black people who went to Liberia in the 1800s, and it was only a handful of them, they developed their own national identity. All right, Americo-Liberians. So they were amalgamated into West African society. All right, and over generations, that identity became distinct and no longer culturally or politically similar to the struggle here with foundational Black Americans. You have a Liberian national lineage. That's just what it is. Foundational Black Americans, we're defined by the struggles within the United States. Yeah. So listen, this is a unique ethnogenesis within U.S. borders. We're not just descendants of the enslaved people. We're a distinct ethnic group formed on American soil through shared struggle, cultural innovation, and survival under American apartheid. See, Liberians, even some of those with partial American ancestry, they formed their own ethnogenesis in Liberia, not the United States. That's why y'all have to immigrate here See, she had to immigrate here. All right. You had to go through an immigration process because you were no longer a citizen. You had to come over here and immigrate and go through a whole process. You had to go through an immigration process. All right. Just saying that. So now you got to watch people, because now when we start hollering about some tangibles and some reparations checks start coming, they're going to try to pull that Liberia shit. I'm telling y'all now. So get in front of it. We getting in front of it now. When some reparations checks come, all of a sudden, hello, my niggas. I'm a descendant of FBA. Hold on, brother. Hold on, Ubuntu. Wait a minute. Oh, let's slow down. It's not so fast. I'm just saying we better watch it. All right, because I'm telling you, these people they're positioning for a backdoor move. They've been trying to backdoor their asses in our damn lineage. So no. We ain't letting that go down. All right, let me get some more people in here. What's your name? Moya? Oh, I can't see shit, man. Moya, something.
I'm actually like immigrant black, and I gotta say my little siblings, they here from very young, and we don't bring them like there's not a lot of focus because we don't bring them in a certain way in comparison, nothing better, nothing higher, and they speak English, they think they are as it, but
Okay, slow down, brother. I'm lost. So let's slow down, brother. I'm very lost. Let's just slow down because I don't know what you're saying. Now first let's slow down. Now, what's your name, brother?
Mayasser.
Mayasa. Okay. Well, now where are you from? Nigeria?
No, Sudan.
Sudan. Okay. So you said something about your brothers and sisters. Y'all do what with them?
No. We let them think that they are like black, like American black. If they knew that they are, it's so. But if they don't, we don't care if that they go around thinking that.
You let your children think they're the FBAs?
No, little siblings that are here since very young. Yeah. We I mean, if they pick up, I don't have a problem. I'm not shy about it. But we don't make them arrogant. We don't bring them, high up. And America is not the final destination.
Okay. So are you living in Minnesota?
No. By the way, a lot of people in Minnesota are actually refugees, and refugees, they do it because they don't like themselves. They think, especially the ones that came from like civil war, like ethnic, like the people themselves fighting, they kind of blame themselves, and they see that the new ones are the better ones, are the nicer ones. Doesn't matter if they were slave descendant or the actual like indigenous who are here, they think that they are the responsible. So they let their children speak English, but I'm the regular immigrant black, and I might retire in a different place.
Okay. How long you been here, by the way?
I've been here like more than I actually took the citizenship, but even after I took the citizenship, most even leave after working. Some of them even come just to be college student, international students, like even like Chinese and like some Latin countries. They come. It's short time. It's legal, but it's temporary, and they go.
Okay. I don't know what this dude is talking about, man. Yeah, okay. I was trying to. I don't. To be honest, I just wasn't following, brother. I don't know what he was talking about. Was it me? I was trying to kind of let him flesh his thoughts out, but I was just lost. Do y'all know what he was talking about? He was just kind of all over the
Going
place.
off. He's going off.
Yeah, I don't know what he was saying. What's up? What's your name? Akari?
Yes, Ikran.
How you doing, dear?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm good. And where are you from?
I was born in Somalia, but
Okay.
grew up in Australia and the US.
Okay. Cool. Is that your picture up there?
Yes, that's me.
Okay. You're a good looking
Thank you.
Somalian. Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you.
So what's up? So where you living now?
I live in Seattle, but I go back and forth between Seattle and Kenya.
Oh, cool. Okay. So what's on your mind? How do you feel about the whole FBA discussions all on social media?
I'm really not on TikTok a lot, but I have been coming across this FBA conversation, and I think it's an interesting topic, but I also think it's a very much needed movement, I would call it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I grew up in Seattle. I grew up in the United States. I did spend about 10 years in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Black struggle, the Indigenous struggle globally looks different.
Yeah.
when I do compare it, both like the United States and in Australia. And I think African Americans do have the right to distinguish themselves historically
Mm-hmm.
and position themselves so that they also do not just benefit, but just position themselves in a way that they recognize who they are historically and how they've contributed to the United States.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think I grew up in an era where we were called like the melting pot, super
Mm-hmm.
confusing here in the US.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so I think it's an interesting conversation. I'm open to learning more.
Absolutely.
I do see that it can become a little bit divisive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think um, I think sometimes African Americans, and I think it depends on their experiences, see Africans who are coming from the continent of Africa as people who don't appreciate the African American Black struggle. But again, I think it depends on like people's individual experiences and which state they're from. Yeah, so it's an ongoing conversation, and
Yeah.
I'm here for it. But
Absolutely.
I'm also but also don't want to get to a place I think in the U.S. where our African American brothers think that we're not clapping for them and we're not supporting them and we're just here benefiting from them. I
Right.
just hear a lot of conversations of like other African Americans, and when I say other, there are folks who do identify as FBA and others who don't.
Mm-hmm.
But some who say that you know Black immigrants are taken away from our resources, they're ungrateful. So it's an interesting conversation, but when it comes to collectively like recognizing yourselves and your history and what you've contributed to the global world, I'm all here for that. So thank you
There
for
it
having
is.
me.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's get Sai. Sai, are you here? Okay, Sai, you're not saying nothing? Okay, well, we're going to get Miss Keisha. Let's try Keisha. Miss Keisha? All right, Keisha, are you good? What's up with these people in these janky ass phones? All right, Keisha, you're not saying nothing. Let's try Simi Waka.
Hey, hi.
How you doing, Simi?
Oh, I'm doing good. Is this really Tariq Nasheed?
Yeah, this is Tariq, ma'am. Yes.
Oh my God, you're a celebrity. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Now,
I'm
where you
sorry.
from, Simi?
I'm from Ethiopia, but I live in California.
Oh,
Oh my
cool.
God. Oh my God. I'm God.
No, what part?
Sorry.
It's okay. What part of California are you in?
I'm in LA right now.
Oh, cool. You got to come down to the Hidden History Museum.
Wait, what museum?
The Hidden History Museum. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, look that up. We got an event coming up on November 15th. So what's on your mind, Simi? What's on your mind, dear?
Yeah. Let me say this. Let me say this. So, yeah. So I believe like Black Americans should get reparations,
Okay.
and I'm all for it. And I thought this was like a fake Tariq Nasheed account.
Oh, no,
Cause
no.
like I just got so excited when I literally like saw you. Like whoa, like you're a celebrity, you know?
Yes, ma'am. We don't get, but thank you so much, dear. Let me just move. I hear some noises in the back. Whose noises are those? Hold on. Let me mute these mics. And by the way, family, we have the tickets are on sale for the Hidden History Museum. We got something called the Hilarious Harvest Hangout, and that's going to be November 15th at the Hidden History Museum, Saturday, November 15th. It's going to be phenomenal. We got some great comics who's going to be there. We got Chris Spencer, who's funny as hell. He's one of my favorite comics. Chris Spencer is a legend. He's going to perform. I'm very excited about that because I'm a huge fan of Chris Spencer. Very, very funny brother. And he's performing. Another brother who's very funny, Mario Hodge. He's funny as hell. Sister Daphne Springs. Y'all see she's done a lot of skits. She has a real big social media following. So the lovely Daphne Springs is going to perform. It's going to be real nice. Then we're going to have complimentary food. The music is great. Y'all know what it is. If y'all been to the Hidden History Museum, y'all know it's a vibe. So y'all go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com to get your tickets for that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get a taste of Sherry. A taste of Sherry.
Hey, Tariq, what's going on?
I'm good, beloved. How are you, Miss Sherry?
I'm wonderful. First of all, I got to say thank you very much for Hidden Colors. You
Yes.
taught me so much I learned so much about how many years has it been? Oh my God.
Yeah, we started the first one in 2011. That's when the first one came out.
Man, you put me up on so much game and I've been trying to educate ever since.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take too much of your time. I heard you talking about the museum. When is the event? I mean, where is the event going to be?
Yeah, the Hidden History Museum is the museum is on Jefferson Avenue, 2131 West Jefferson in Los Angeles.
In
And
LA.
yes, right here in LA. Are you in LA?
No, I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, come on out because a lot of people came out. We had an event a few weeks ago and people were coming out from all over the country. So, yeah, you go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. It's going to be popping. And to be honest, we got the only black spot that's popping in LA. There are really no other black venues out here. Who is this? Co? CO?
Yeah, what's poppin'? What's poppin', Tariq?
Hey, dear, how are you, CO?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad that you promoting your stuff, and shout out to everything that you promoting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But did you have any topics that you wanted to actually hit on and talk about?
Yeah, we're just talking about different stuff. That's why I want people to come up and let me
Yeah,
know what's on their
I
mind.
probably came in on the back end, so I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're just talking about different stuff. We're letting people come in and talk about whatever they want to talk about. Now, CO, where you from? What city you in?
I'm from Ohio.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out to Ohio. You and what, from Cleveland?
You already know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Yay, go Browns! Even
Yes,
though,
indeed.
yeah, we the most delusional fans in the world.
Shout out to Cleveland. I love Cleveland. Have I had
I
fun?
love my city too, man. Come on, I love my city
Yes,
too.
indeed.
I wish LeBron would retire in Cleveland.
Oh,
Like
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
that'd be fire. Like
Yes,
if
indeed.
yes, if he did, oh my God, this city would go up.
Yes, indeed. But thank you, beloved. Let me get some more people. Indigo Moon, hop on in.
Hello, hey, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I am good, Indigo. What's going on, beloved?
Nothing much. I just wanted to call in because, like, I've been listening to you for a while now, but like, I didn't really realize how delusional like Africans can be, like, and they
Mm,
obsessed as hell with us.
yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't realize that until really for real, until I really started listening to you and like you gaining traction and stuff like this. It just baffles me. That's all, because I be around a lot of different ethnicities
Yeah.
and different races of people, and it just baffles me. That's all. But
Oh, yeah. Oh,
thank you
yeah.
for the work that you do. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, beloved. Yeah, man. A lot of people, when they hear these folks talking crazy all day, people are like, damn, what the hell? Yeah. And when you look, you get on TikTok and you get on these spaces, you see these non-FBAs, particularly the Africans, but the Caribbeans too. Not all of them, but just the tether class. They do all these weird talking points and they're up here lying and they're trying to reframe our lineage and they try to play dumb and people see it for what it is. Here's the thing, because folks say, man, these people are so confused. Why they keep thinking foundational black Americans has a leader and all that. Listen, I want y'all to understand something. I want y'all to understand something. These people know good and well, foundational black Americans, there is no leader. They know that. I want y'all to be very clear. Understand the art of bad faith arguments. They know that we are lineage because it has been explained multiple times. This is not rocket science. These people clearly understand that there is no leader because I've never said I'm a leader. I don't act like a leader. I don't tell people what to do. Nobody claims I'm the leader. Nobody said, oh, I follow Tariq. I got to do what Tariq says. No, and they know that. They are deliberately lying. And a lot of these people are on some Fed shit, to be honest. When they create a false leader, that's a COINTELPRO strategy. When they claim that a grassroots movement like the delineation movement that's happening, Because see, our lineage is our lineage. Foundational Black American is a lineage. The movement is delineation. That's an action. Delineating is an action. So the delineation is a movement. Your Foundational Black American itself is a lineage. You don't have to do anything. It's a static lineage. So the grassroots movement of delineation, they're trying to pretend it has a single leader. And that's a psychological tactic that they're trying to run. You see, they're trying to assign figureheads in order to target or discredit people. That's COINTELPRO 101, pretending that our lineage has some kind of centralized leader, which is horse crap. They know that's not true. And it's not working because, see, they feel powerless against a decentralized movement. See, this is the delineation movement is decentralized. There are no orders being given or nothing. People are just instinctively looking out for their own lineage and trying to empower their own lineage. And a lot of these people, they feel powerless. You understand? Because it's peer led. It's people, you're being led by your peers' lineage. It's decentralized. It's driven by a shared lineage, a common history. There's no membership. There's no dues. There's no hierarchy. And that terrifies people because a lot of these naysayers, they're used to exploiting centralized leadership structures. So they have to create a straw man to attack because you can't attack a structuralist strength of a movement itself. So they have to really create a proxy so they can avoid confronting lineage. See, a lot of these tethers, they feel excluded from the foundational Black American delineation narrative because they know they can't credibly challenge the actual lineage-based framework because it's rooted in historic fact. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing to debate. When you talk about your lineage, what are you debating? You have nothing to debate. Your lineage is your lineage. Yeah? That's nothing to debate. Whatever you talk about at the end of the day, your lineage is still going to be the same. So all that we're going to debate and talk in circles and go back and forth, that's pointless. Yeah? And then they start lying about leadership. See what they're doing? They're lying. They're trying to do character assassination by proxy. You see, so they're trying to assign leaders, and then they think they're going to smear the lineage through their own straw man, and it's not working. We got a lot of noise here. Hold on, let me see. Okay, let's get what's your name?
You
Nkanyezi
can you can call me Indigo.
Indigo?
Yeah,
Indigo, okay. It's hard to pronounce
yes.
his name. How are you, beloved?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm good. So what's on your mind, dear? I
So
talked to
I
you
think
before.
it's
We're not talking
weird that the Horn of Africa all of a sudden is acting like they're like joining hands with the FBA or something. I keep hearing
We're not
Somalis,
joining hands with
Ethiopians,
any
all
black
these
people.
big-headed folks, you hungry ass animals and whatnot. These Horn of Africans, all of a sudden, you guys are like sucking the dick of flipping FBAs. All of a sudden, it's
Miss
just
Miss.
weird. It's weird to me because us Africans are.
Hold on. Can you watch your language? You know what I mean, as a woman, you want to have a potty mouth?
I'm South African. I'm different.
Okay, but you use your language
I'll
like
watch
that.
it. I'll watch
Okay.
it. But I mean, I can't stand the fact that all of these big-headed, forehead brigades
Trying to get
think
your
that
life taken down.
Okay, yeah, I know. I don't. That's not cool. You saying stuff, and you're deliberately saying that, Indigo, and you did that for a reason. Now that's why we delineate because of little stuff like that. You know not to say that, and I'm letting you hear. I'm not tripping. I'll let you say what you got to say, but doing little stuff like that, that's real tetherish. If you want to say something, I'll let you say it, but don't do that.
I'm not a tether. That's one thing I'm not.
Yeah,
I,
but
I'm
coming
I'm
in here
true to my
saying
Africanness. I just think it's weird. I think it's strange. You got Ethiopians literally like frothing by the mouth for you all of a sudden and
no,
stuff
but
like that. And
it's
this is
called
like,
showing respect. It's showing respect. The same way respect I show them. I show Ethiopians, Somalis. I show everybody respect as long
did
as
you know that they call you a jarir in the comment
I
section?
know.
This guy,
I know.
Toha, he was calling you a jarir, and a jarir literally means
I know that. I know. I'm gonna get to him. I'm not yet. I'm gonna get to him. I'm gonna get him. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. I'm gonna get him in a second.
okay.
But
And then the Ethiopians, they call you baria.
Yeah, a lot of people call stuff, but there's some Ethiopians who are cool. I don't put them all in the same boat. I'm cool with a lot of Ethiopians.
I feel like I'm from sub-Saharan Africa, where we don't take that nonsense from the North and the Horn of Africa. We don't take that, and
Well,
we're not obsessed with FBAs too. I don't know any African who's obsessed with FBAs and stuff. I want to just tell my people, like,
now
stop doing this shit.
hold on. Now, why are you upset? Because we're showing each other respect. What's that about? I'm showing them respect. They're showing me respect. What's the problem with that?
It's shocking that
Why is that
Ethiopians,
shocking?
you do know that they had us enslaved, right? They had black people. This is even before the transatlantic slave trade. They had us enslaved as black people.
Okay, some did. Those were the pale
No, not
Arabs.
so. The Horn of Africa was participating in the Arab Islam slave trade. They were in power,
So
enslaving people who look like you and me. That's
so
why they
was
always brag about their hair and their nose.
right. So was the West African too. Now
I'm not West African though. I'm South
that's what I'm
African, so
saying. I'm saying yeah, all over they were participating. You can
so
in Libya, up in North Africa, they're doing it now. You got some that's doing it now. You have some that was participating. You have some that's cool. So I'm not going to paint everybody with the same broad brush. You know, if they come in, show respect, I show them respect.